Business success doesn't happen on accident. And one of the major factors that plays a role into that success is leadership skills and meaningful relationships. So today, we are going to talk about both of those crucial aspects and how you can use them to build your brand. Hey, lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. How many hours do you think you and I have spent together?
A lot of hours.
More than 200?
For sure.
Yeah, 200 probably in a month or two
Yeah.
we probably spent together. So this is a fascinating study that I came across in a training that I was going through recently. It's from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, and it digs deep into how long it takes to make friends. And I've always been told that people don't want to work with you because you are the best at what you do, although they certainly want you to be competent, but they more than anything want to work with a friend. And so making these friendships is critical to the growth of your business. And how long does it really take to build a friendship?
So we're going to get into those numbers now. It takes about 50 hours just to form a casual relationship. So what would you define casual relationship to be?
Like an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You know, someone that you see from time to time and say hello. If you saw them in the grocery store, you'd smile and say hello, but maybe not stop and catch up. Not someone that you call or text on a weekly or monthly basis. That's what I think of. How about you?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that 50 hours to form a casual friendship, so that would be somebody that you worked with for like a week, from a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 6 type of deal, to have that casual acquaintance relationship.
Yeah, but that's working with them all day, like every hour of the day. But yeah, I mean, if I worked with someone 50 hours a week all day, I definitely would think we had a casual friendship going on. But I was surprised by this because honestly, there are times where I can have one lunch meeting and walk away and feel like I am BFFs.
Yes.
With that person.
Absolutely.
Even yesterday, I had a Zoom call with a woman who has a TV show, and she was, I guess, interviewing me to be on her TV show. And we hit it off from the moment we started talking. She actually recognized my necklace and said, "Is that a Be Kind necklace?" And I'll tell you, this is one of my favorite gifts. It came from my friend Chelsea Dwyer, shout out, for my birthday. And it says, "Be kind." And then when you open it, it says, "Of a badass." And so she recognized my necklace on the Zoom call and said, is that the Be Kind necklace? And from that moment on, we were like hitting it off right away. And so I came away feeling like we already had gotten to that casual friendship stage, but I think a better test is, would you then follow up with them in a friendship capacity? Would you feel comfortable to invite them to your birthday party or to a dinner engagement? If you hit it off at that moment, but then they're not someone you'd put on your list of who you'd invite to your wedding, then you probably actually are not casual friends and definitely not real friends.
And that's the thing too. I mean, you can initially hit it off with someone really well, but if you don't continue to spend time with that person, then you're not going to have more of those shared experiences and you're not going to deepen your bond. So eventually it's going to fizzle out. So that's why being able to invest your time and spend that alone time accompanying each other is so crucial to the development of that relationship.
And 50 hours is a lot of time, because if you think about all the lunch and coffee appointments you go to
Yes.
that last an hour, it's 50 of those.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, you would have to work side by side with someone
Yeah.
for a week to just become a acquaintance.
And that's not really realistic when you're just networking
Right.
with someone. So it's usually an hour coffee appointment. That's why some of these networking groups are so good that meet every week, because that is, if you're doing nothing else but seeing them for an hour every week at the networking group, well, that's 50 hours in the year.
Right.
And if you're spending time with 20 people in the group, you got now casual friendships with the whole group in a year's worth of time. So I just thought that was really interesting, the number of hours it took to form a casual friendship. So how many hours does it take to develop a real friendship?
Around 90 hours to develop a real relationship or a real friendship.
And if you are trying to drink more water today, take a drink every time we say relationship, because I've noticed that before in some of our episodes we say relationship a lot, and now you're never gonna unhear it. But
Or you could turn it into a drinking game, of course, later on when you're not driving or anything like that, and take a swig every time you hear the word relationship.
yes, I was trying to encourage water drinking
Oh, we'll
on our
see.
Christian podcast. Thank you for that.
My bad.
Okay, so
It's Friday.
So 90 hours to develop a real friendship. So for those people that you consider real friends, ask yourself, how many hours have we spent together? And I think another test is that same thing. Is this the person that when I'm having a bad day, that I want to tell about? Or is this the person that I want to invite when I have a small get together with friends? I think those are your real friends. And then we're talking about the close friendships. Mm-hmm. How long does it take to build a close friendship?
A whopping 200 hours to build that close friendship. That is crazy, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because are you going to open up your deepest, darkest secrets to somebody that you just met? Probably not.
Right.
Are you going to show your true feelings when you get upset or frazzled? Probably not. But with someone who has seen you in a multitude of situations and knows who you are as a person, you're going to be able to be more comfortable with being 100% transparent and you.
And this is probably why most people only have a couple of close friends.
Right.
Because you have to spend so many hours with that person to develop that close relationship, that it just, you can only do that with so many people in the hours we have in a day. So I think for me, I probably have 2 or 3 really close relationships that I spend that kind of time with. Do you love the Miss Biz podcast?
Because we love you.
Here's 3 things you can do to show your support.
1, write us a review. Apple or Spotify are the best platforms for reviews.
2, join us for our Friday Zoom calls at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To RSVP, go to missbiz.com homepage, scroll down to Miss Biz Connects, and click the link.
3, follow us on social media. Our handle is at Miss Biz Podcast.
As always, thank you for your support.
Now, here's where the business part comes in. Relationships that cross that 200-hour mark generate an average of over 5 times the number of referrals they did in their first year. That's a huge difference, and it shows that investing time in building deeper connections with those can pay off in big ways.
So that's the downside. You want to have a lot of close friends. It takes a lot of time to do that. How can you maximize your close friendships? I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking of the networking groups, that if I'm spending an hour to 2 hours a week with 20 people every week, that's going to be 50 hours. So in year one, we're going to be, what was the first one?
Acquaintances.
Or casual friends.
Yes.
In year one, we'll be casual friends with 20 people. In year two, we'll be real friends. And then by year 4, we will be close friends. So if you can join a group, and if there's 40 people in the group or 50 people in the group, that's a way that you can exponentially grow those close friendships without having to one-on-one spend direct hours all the time with that many people.
So there's actually a lot of science behind friendship and why time matters. So the Journal of Social and Personal Relationship Study reveals that the key ingredient in building genuine connections is time. You think about it as a recipe. No matter how good the ingredients are, without time, the dish just won't come out right. And the same goes for building friendships. So as we explained before, your casual friends, these are the people that you just have surface level relationships with. There's nothing more to it. And then the real friends, those are the ones that take a little bit more time and effort. And that's when those casual friendships start turning into those real friendships. And you maybe start to trust each other and perhaps share more personal stories. And those close friends, those are your ride or dies. Those are the ones that you can call in the middle of the night and need some type of assistance, and no matter what they're doing, they're going to drop what they're doing and come help you.
And in the business world, this is gold, because close friendships aren't just about companionship or being there for each other in a time of need. These are going to be the people who trust you on a deep level, and they want you to win. So these are going to be your raving fans who are singing your praises any and everywhere they go, because they are so close to you and value you so highly.
So why do these deep relationships lead to increased referrals?
Well, if we said it once, we've said it a million times, but trust. Trust is established in spending time with people. And once you've put in those hours, people know you. They know your values, your work ethic, and your integrity. And when they trust you, they're much more likely to recommend your services to others. Now, this, of course, assumes that those hours you spent together was doing activities that built trust.
Yes.
In the same way, if you spend a lot of time with someone, you might find out their weaknesses or the things that you don't care for about them. So it's either going to make or break the relationship when you spend this much time with someone, but hopefully you'll get to a level of trust because you'll see those character traits that you admire and you want to support.
And I feel like most people aren't going to want to spend that much time with you if they see negative traits that don't align with something that they agree with, whether it's morally or culturally or whatever the case may be. So also, time helps lead to increased referrals because people feel comfortable giving you those referrals. So people want to do business with those that they know, like, and trust. And the more time that they spend with you, the more that they will know, and the relationship will have matured enough to the point where both parties want to help each other succeed. So they both know that it's going to be mutually beneficial.
Yes, and when you spend this much time with them, you're going to be more likely to have ongoing communication where you're going to check in with each other, and you're going to, if you have kids, you're going to play dates together, you're going to go out on girls' nights together. You're going to be having this ongoing communication on an ongoing basis where you kind of become part of each other's lives, and you're always sharing your highs and lows as you go through life. And so these just create more opportunity for referrals if they come across people who could use your service.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Meet our expert team at Miss Biz.
Whether you need help with business strategy, brand development, or digital marketing, we have a personalized one-on-one coaching program just for you.
And if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, our group coaching services offer incredible value and the chance to learn alongside like-minded entrepreneurs.
Transform your business today. Visit missbiz.com and start your journey to success.
And when someone feels more emotionally connected to you, they're more likely to care about your success. It's human nature to want to help those when we feel close to them. So next, we're going to go into some tips to build those impactful relationships. So how do we make these 200 hours really count? And how do we create relationships that aren't just superficial, but are genuinely impactful?
Have you ever seen those couples who go out to dinner at a restaurant and they don't say 2 words to each other the whole meal?
Yes, that is so weird to me.
I think at some point it's like, what else is there to talk about if you're retired and
I don't know.
You run out of things
or stuff that you watched on TV.
Well, the modern day example of that is the family who sits around the table and everybody's on their phone.
True.
So you want to make those hours count, not just be each of you scrolling on your phone the whole time.
Yes.
But you want to be authentic from the start. People can sense when you're being disingenuous. Be yourself, be real, let others feel comfortable being themselves around you. Authenticity builds trust faster than a sales pitch ever could. And an example of this is I did a presentation earlier this week for a business, and the next day one of the attendees called and I said, "How'd you think it went?" And he said, "I really appreciated it because you told us the good and the bad." They said, we have a lot of attorneys who present to us and they're usually, he called it blowing smoke. They're just telling them the things that they want to hear, telling them how he can win, perform miracles and win every case. Yes. And, not be a lawyer, but be a magician. And he said he sees through that, as does his team. They know what's real and what's not real. And so they just appreciated that I was more authentic in what the expectations should be. So that was just reinforcing what this tip is saying, which is just be authentic from the start.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that too. And marketing companies get a bad rap for that as well, because they promise all these amazing results. And when it comes down to it, you can tell them, like, if you invest this much in ad spend every day, then, such and such says that you'll have this many impressions or this many clicks, but you don't know for sure. So being able to be authentic and realistic, people are going to appreciate that more, even if it's not necessarily the answer that they want to hear, because that is going to build trust with them later on than somebody who just blatantly lies.
Even in the courtroom, when the biggest factor in whether someone has a winning case or losing case is the credibility of the injured person. Mm-hmm. If the injured person comes in exaggerating their injuries and saying things like, "I can't even brush my teeth in the morning," when realistically their injury shouldn't have any effect on their ability to brush their teeth, they lose that credibility with the jurors, and those are the people who time and time again lose their case. So people want authenticity. They don't mind imperfections. They sometimes welcome imperfections. Mm-hmm. So don't worry about being perfect. Worry about being you.
Listen more than you speak. So building relationships is less about what you say and more about what you hear. Active listening shows the other person that you value their thoughts, feelings, and their experiences. Make sure that you ask questions, dive deeper, and show genuine interest.
And if you feel like you may need some help in this area of listening, go back and listen to our episode on level 5 listening, because listening is a skill. It is not just being quiet and letting the other person talk. It is a true skill that has to be built and developed, and we talk about it in that episode. So next is investing time and being consistent. Building meaningful relationships takes time, but it also requires consistency. Don't just reach out when you need something. Make it a habit to check in and ask how they're doing and offer help whenever you can.
This is so true, because so many times I can tell that certain people will only call me when they need certain things. But when you really go out of your way just to check on somebody, how they're doing, and invite them to go do something with you, it really means a lot, and you do have to be consistent with it if you want to be able to develop that trust.
Invite them to share experiences with you. One of the quickest ways to deepen a connection is through doing something active and engaging with that person. So go to networking events together, collaborate on a project, or go for coffee, or go to a cooking class, go to a painting class, go do something active and engaging. These shared moments build rapport faster than any virtual conversation. We had a couple of women in our networking group who went skydiving together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Recently. And I am sure that their relationship went up significantly from having shared that experience together.
100%. You know we're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case.
At Bolts Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. boltslegal.com. The next tip for building friendships is to give without expecting anything in return. The best relationships are built on mutual giving. So offer help and support and resources without expecting anything in return. The more value you bring to the table, the more others will want to reciprocate.
There's a famous quote that says it's about farming, not hunting. And it's so true that when it comes to relationships, you really want to take time to just nourish the relationship and not necessarily just pursue and attack. That's not how true value is created.
And follow up and keep in touch with people. Just check in on how they're doing. If they tell you their child has a sports game coming up, follow up and say, how'd the game go? Anything that they tell you during a meeting, take note so that you can find opportunities to casually follow up after those events to restart or rekindle a conversation.
Those little details make a big difference too. They truly do, because it shows that you're paying attention and you have a genuine interest in what's most important to them.
Yeah, and if you're looking for an excuse to follow up, pay attention to their birthdays. One of the things that someone sent me on my birthday that really brightened my day was just a Snapchat video where he had some filter and like fun music, and he was just like dancing on this little selfie video and said happy birthday, and it just was so unique and funny and memorable, and it was just left such a great impression and helped to build the friendship.
So the 2-hour rule and its impact on your business.
200.
That's what I said.
You said 2.
I said 200.
Sounded like 2. We have a recording.
All right, well, we'll go back and we'll settle this debate. I swear. If I didn't say it, I meant to say it, and I said it in my mind. So think about it. If you invested 200 hours in cultivating just a few key relationships, you could increase your referrals 5-fold. That's huge. And in business, it's easy to get caught up in numbers, marketing strategies, and the bottom line. But at the end of the day, it's the relationships that you build that truly move the needle. And by focusing on meaningful connections, you not only build a strong network, but also create advocates who will refer others to you time and time again.
So that's a good point, because when I was initially thinking this, I was thinking, how do I have hundreds of real relationships at that 200-hour mark? There's only so many hours in the day. But what this is saying is, if you're strategic on who you make those close relationships with, even just having a few of them can grow your business tremendously.
So as we wrap up today's episode, remember this: relationships take time. There's no shortage to building genuine trust and loyalty. But when you invest in people, the return comes back to you in ways that you could have never imagined, both personally and professionally. So try to think about the relationships in your life. How much time have you invested in them? Are there connections you'd like to deepen? Start small, reach out, invest your time, and watch how those 200 hours can transform your business and your life.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.